Alright, exciting times now, starting a new summer project. And what we're big, it's a massive big project. What it is, it's a nature slash bushcraft slash allotment garden type thing. We're being offered this old allotment, and it's right next to HQ, so we're literally just around the corner. And a few years ago, I mean a long time ago, I've never even known these to be used when I was a kid. Maybe it's one of them. These were stunning, absolutely beautiful gardens from the local residents at the allotments. You could see the old blokes used to take pride in them. They're full of flowers. If you look at these photographs here, dug them out from some old archives. So I have been doing a lot of homework on that. So they were lovely, and they've sort of, as time goes on, just sort of went back to wild and are a bit of a, they're not an eyesore, but it's not the nicest thing in the world to look at. Sort of, if you've got that land and you're looking out one of these lovely little cottages over the road, and the owners want them put back to good use. So what they've done is they've kindly donated one of the gardens to her. And what I want to do over the summer, because there's no flying going on with the birds, it's molting season, it's breeding season. I tend to not work with my school projects and my after schools clubs, my holiday clubs, any of my youth projects, any of my youth programs. I don't work really with the birds. I just leave them over the summer. So I prefer to get them outside and outdoors into the woods, and I thought this garden's a perfect opportunity. The woods that we do use, obviously some of it's private, but you can build some stuff, build a stove or an oven, a rock oven, and there's always one kid like to go in, wagon school and knock it down. So I'm hoping that'll not happen here. Sort of my long-term plan is I want to have a section as an allotment, growing our own veg out and use for our cooking programs. We're wild cooking and stuff like that. But I want it to be like a wild garden, a nature garden. We get the deers in here quite a bit. I've seen them coming in and out. I've seen them walking through. There's loads of trails. I want to still encourage the deers to come in. So I want to be putting orchards up. I want a nature pond. I want to encourage frogs and newts, which are just over the road, and all the different birds. There's stacks of birds around here. So I want it to be more of a nature garden. I am going to fence it off, but I'm hoping, this is just in my head, I'm just hoping to use like a willow fencing sort of thing. It's not going to be high security, but I will be putting cameras up to, like camera traps, to monitor what sort of wildlife we get in. So I've got it all running through my head. What we're needing to do now, we've just started this 10 minutes ago. We're going to scalp it all down. We're going to measure what we've got, and then with my school placement, going to start planning it and measuring it, and it's going to be part of their education. So I've got one lad on at the minute he's a massive gardener. He's been dying to get stuck into it. As soon as I showed him it, dying. He's getting stuck right in there with the shears, cutting everything back. We're going to plan it out, what type of plants we're going to have, flowers we're going to have, what fruit and veg we can grow. I also, as well, I do want a bushcraft section. I mean, the garden is itself pretty massive. I'll show you in a minute. I sort of want to have a bushcraft section where we can set the tarps up and maybe leave them for a bit and make some rock ovens, just like the ones that I'll put on here. So the ovens and the stoves, the ones that we build ourselves, the semi-permanent, they're not meant to last, but I want to build some in here that are meant to last. That's going to do quite a while, and we can get plenty of use out of them. I want to build like a wild cooking area and a bushcraft area as well, and I want to link it all in with the falconry. I mean, there will obviously be a spot out here where I'll be bringing birds around and they can sit out perched out while we're doing a bit of gardening. and sort of as well, just to build shelters, bushcraft shelters. I think we've got enough room to do it all, or I'm hoping we'll have. It looks massive now. You'll see when I take you around, it looks massive now, but I think when we cut it all back, it's going to look even bigger. But we can't get a measurement on it until we've got everything cut back. So this is a new project. We're opening it in my YouTube. What we're going to do is do not weekly diaries, because it's going to be, this is long term, very long term, but we're going to be putting on regular videos of our progress, different topics that we're doing, different subjects that we're working on. I mean, for example, is there's no water supply to it, so we've got this little stream down the bottom there. I'm not sure if you can see it, but there is a little stream down there somewhere. So we've got the little stream, and is there a way that we can pump water uphill, because it is a pretty steep hill, uphill and into the allotment. There is ways it can be done, but that'll rope in with physics and stuff like that. So it's always learning. We're going to problem solve how we can get some water from there and up the hill and into the garden. But as per usual with me, I just see it all in my head. I don't plan it out, and I get myself a bit too excited, so I'm sure it's not going to work out as the way I've got it in my head. There's always something trying to come up that's going to knock me back. Well, I want a fire pit as well. I want to make a proper fire pit for to sit around. So it's a massive big project, and everything that we put on, I want to video it and diary it, even with progress from going to the way it is now to how it's going to end up. I've got it all in my head. It's hard to put across. I struggle to put things down on paper, and I struggle to put it across in words, but I've got it in my head. I know what I want. And over the summer, it's the perfect time. I can get all the kids involved. I can get my school placements involved. I've even got my men's group. I think they would like to get involved. And I think it's going to be a great project to watch, and just to see how we progress, any difficulties we have. I mean, even, I don't know, long term, it would be nice to have a little enterprising project for what we grow, so we can sell as maybe like a community, not a community shop, but like have an honesty box sort of thing, and you can come and buy whatever we sell. I'm not looking at livestock. I don't think we're allowed chickens on, but I wouldn't want them on in any way, because we do get a lot of foxes around here. I'm not going to give the foxes wrong. If I'm putting a KFC on for the foxes, then kind of blame the foxes for that, and I'll just not put the KFC on for them. So I'm going to show you around it now and see what you think. Right, so this is the back end. As you can see, it's not been a dumping ground. This is just the stuff that's been left here for years and years and years. It's just rotted away. There sheds here. It's all just like bits of metal sheeting, glass from the greenhouses. So it's not fly tipped. It's just the stuff that's rotted away over time. I have brought me fire pit, because a lot of the stuff, there's a lot of like old branches that's going to need burnt off that we can't use. There is going to be a compost heap for anything that we cut down. There's no greenhouse there as well. That is our boundary onto the next allotment. Keep going uphill. And we've got quite a bit of that. It's going to take us up to the main road. So when we've had a look, it's quite a big bit of land, but this is why we can't measure it and plan it until we get it all cut down. So, and that's it. There's some of the old bricks from the brickworks just over the road that used to be there. I think we'll keep stuff like that. I like me local history, so we'll be keeping that. So this is one of the plots here that was started a few months ago by a charity called the Leamington Centre, and when I was speaking to the lasses that came down to look at it originally, their plan is to get their community, I think she was saying the elderly, I'm not sure, but to get them from the Leamington community down here in the summer and working on it. So them have already got a bit going on theirs. Right, so that's the scope of it, that's the size of it. So you can see there, we've got a massive job on our hands. But we do understand Rome wasn't built in a day, you know, so it's long term. And I want it to be long term because the learners that we're getting, I like them to see that you've got to put work in, things don't just happen overnight. You've got to put care and attention and effort, you've got to have a bit of vision. We don't work with mainstream pupils, mainstream learners. We're all branching off as well, not branching off, sorry, that sounds wrong. We're all going into, if I can get the terminology right, SEMH and trauma enforced learners. So what I'm a massive believer in is being outdoors is sometimes better than being in a classroom environment. So we will be using the garden as well as the woods, as well as the rest of the land that we've been using on other videos. But this will be another long-term project for them, or short-term project. We will have long-term, short-term. So it is going to be education-based, but nature-based, outdoor therapeutical type of learning, personal development learning. So it is, as well as being a nice long project, there is a point to it. It's not just planting a few flowers and messing around. So we're going to see how it works there. Might be for some of them, might not work for others. But definitely being outside in the spring and in the summer, it has got a therapeutical effect, and it's proven. So, I mean, there's even countries, say like China, I think it's China, Japan, the doctors will prescribe you time to get outside. It's actually prescribed for mental development, or personal development, sorry. So that's what I want the garden. I want that to be the point of it, the focus of it, just to get outside and enjoy being outside. But you haven't get anywhere. As they say, the British Empire was built on cups of tea. So I'm going to stop rabbiting on, and we're going to have ourselves a cup of tea, because one of my learners has never stopped since he come in. So he's going to have a hot chocolate, and the kettle's on for him. Right, hats off, because it's the sun's getting out, lashing doing this morning, but it's lovely and hot now. So I mean, we've had the garden looked at not long ago by a gardening expert, or what I would class as a gardening expert. Actually got his an MBA through gardening. He came in, he studied the soil, he done a bit of work on it, sampled it. I'm not sure what the words are for it. We come back and he says it was really good soil, it could grow anything on it really. He says so underneath the weeds, it is a really good garden. So stacks of potential. Now it will be getting funded by or through Riverside Falcon, Riverside Bushcraft and Adventure. It's not a charity-based project. We're not getting any funding from anywhere. It's just another branch of the job. So what I'm hoping is that we didn't get any little tinkers coming in and messing it up, because I do want it to be a community project. I mean, there's our scope that people can just drop in if they want, you know. I'm not going to limit it at the minute, but I mean, I didn't want it looking like a prison either. I don't want massive big fences going right round it. I want it to look nice and natural. So even like the boundaries between the gardens, the separate gardens, I'd rather use a few fruit trees just to mark the boundary than to fence it off. I think that's better for the birds, for the wildlife. So I want to do little things like that. So anyway, that's the intro to it. That's the first day. We've just literally getting on it. Got one of the workers working away there. It's not child labour. I've been trying to get him to sit down and have his hot chocolate, but he's just wanting to crack on. He's found himself a greenhouse, or what's left of a greenhouse, and he's getting stuck into it while I'm having my coffee. But he literally not sit down, he not put the shears down, and he's just lopping away at things. He's in his element, so early signs are good. So that's just the very first day. It is going to be a regular video diary of progress, like I was just saying. So I hope you enjoy it. The state of it, I'm the expert gardener. Just look at my own garden in the house to see that. But it's not going to be on the Chelsea Flower Show or anything like that, but pretty much guaranteed it's going to be a better watch than Countryfile. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're looking forward to seeing how we progress. But it's going to be nothing but hard work, graft and time from like myself, me learners, me volunteers, and people just want to help. So this is the Riverside. I haven't thought of a name for it yet. It's probably going to be something like the Riverside Garden Project. No, something just original like that, something nice and easy. But I hope you're looking forward to it as much as I am. Cheers. The best way as well, to get notifications on any videos like this, whether it's with pond diaries, hunting diaries, bushcraft videos, just anything that we're doing, whittling, subscribe. Give a big subscribe. Every single one helps. And give it a like, give it a comment, and they tap the bell, I think it is, for notifications. So every time we post a video, you get a notification to your phone. But cheers, and should be a good summer.